Hello, I'm Dr. David Hawkins. I'm the director of the Marriage Recovery Center, and I am excited to talk to you about setting healthy boundaries. Okay, I know that there are hundreds, if not thousands, of videos out there about boundaries, and there's just so much confusion on this topic. And I hope I can make this just really practical and relevant for you and your life, and how you can use boundaries to make your life manageable. And that's what we're all after, right? We're all after a safe and peaceful and secure life. And so we can have that. So who's responsible for making sure that our life is safe and secure and stable and healthy? Well, there's only one person that's responsible for that, and of course, that is us. That's you and that's me. So you know that we can't control anybody else, so we can't make anybody do anything. Now, while that's true, that's not wholly true, because we can control one thing that's very, very important, and that is ourselves. So, it's because we can control ourselves, and because we can control the extent to which we are engaged with someone else, the degree to which we share ourselves, the degree to which we share our lives, the degree to which we share our, our very nature with another person, that's a lot of power. That's a lot of influence. So I want to talk to you about managing that, managing yourself and the degree to which you're engaged with someone else, and utilizing that power. Power is not a bad word, by the way. The degree to which you utilize that power to influence another person's behavior, and even more so, the degree to which you use yourself, your personhood, to influence and hopefully modify another person's behavior. Let me give you a quick, very, very simple example. Let's say that I invite a friend out for lunch, and I care about this friend, and I go and I wait at the restaurant, and the friend doesn't show up. And of course, I'm troubled, and I make a phone call, and they quickly apologize and say they're really sorry. They didn't put it on their schedule, and they just really feel bad. And so you take them at their word that they feel bad, and you set another time, and you agree to meet at the same restaurant in a week for lunch. You go to the restaurant a week later, and they're not there again. Now, this time you're even more upset. You feel dismissed, betrayed, violated. Come on, this is we teach people how to treat us, and so we're asking ourselves, what am I doing that's reinforcing this behavior? We call them up, and they're very, very apologetic again. And they say, "Oh, please, please, can I meet you for lunch again next week, same time? I promise I'll be there." Well, come on, at some point in time, we're going to say to that friend, no, I'm not going to just keep showing up at the restaurant and keep hoping that you will be there. Now, I'm going to require more and more from that person for me to put myself out there, to put my friendship out there. And if this person cares about me and cares about my well-being, they will do something extra special to have me engage or re-engage in the relationship. Maybe they will send me a gift card to Starbucks or something and say, look, I'm really sorry. Please trust me this one more time. And if they send me a gift card to Starbucks, I might do it. Or a card that's thought through. I'm really sorry. But if they do nothing and they're saying, just please meet me again, I promise I'll be there, everything's going to be fine, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm going to do that. Okay, that's a friendship. And so a boundary without consequences is not a boundary. You've already seen and heard me talk about that. So I've got to have consequences. Now, what happens in a marriage relationship? Because that's what we're really after, right? We're really after, how do we impact, how do we influence, how do we intervene with a marriage partner and behavior that is really, really unhealthy for me, that they're bringing into this relationship. Again, we teach people how to treat us. Okay, so the flip side of that story is we can teach people how to treat us. We can teach them how to behave with us. Can we make them? No, we can't make them. But remember, we have something very powerful that we can utilize to influence them. And what is that? That's us. That's our relationship. That's our very nature. That's our caring. That's our affection. And in fact, a great assignment for you to think about is how do you enable those people in your world not to care for you effectively? How do you enable them? What I find is that people complain, they hate certain behaviors, and they complain about them, and they hate them, and they complain about them, and they slip back into everyday living, and they hate them and complain about them, and then slip back into everyday living. Nowhere do they do an intervention. Okay, now, right, got it. You're asking me, Dr. Hawkins, what's an intervention? Before I do that, I want to make a couple of things really clear. First of all, I want you to be really clear about what is the behavior that you want to modify. Let's take an example. Let's say that your mate swears at you when they get angry, and you feel incredibly violated when they do that, and you've told them, please don't do that. And you've told them kindly and caringly, please don't do that. Please don't swear at me when you're upset. You can tell me when you're upset. You can tell me that you're really, really upset with me, but don't swear at me. And they continue to do that. Okay, what can we use to influence them? Ourselves. Okay, so we've decided we want to influence them so that they will not swear at us. What is the level of intervention needed to modify that behavior? Please write that question down. What is the level of emotional intervention needed to change that behavior? I can't tell you that. I can't tell you whether you will just need to simply talk to your mate and share your heart and say, it really hurts me when you swear and you're upset with me. That hurts me. That might be enough. They might have empathy and compassion and care and change that behavior. You may need to consistently do that, where you say to them, I'm really serious about this. This is really important. Please don't swear at me when you get upset. You can tell me you're angry with me. You can tell me you're disappointed with me, but don't swear at me. Please don't do that. That might be enough. For many people, that's not really a boundary. A boundary is that line that we draw in the sand and we say, this is inviolable. It's inviolable. Now, can we really enforce that and make it so that they cannot violate it? Of course we can't. They may swear at us, but if we say to them, if you do that again, I am going to take increasingly severe measures so that I don't subject myself to that behavior again. Okay, now you're asking me, what are increasingly severe measures? It could be withholding emotional closeness and attachment and affection. You can say, is that manipulative? It is manipulative, but it's enforcing my self-respect. I'm not going to be close to you if you do that. And we hope that they then take us more seriously. It may be that we have to take increasing levels of intervention. We may have to spend a night away from them so that they understand I'm really serious about this. It may mean a weekend away from them. It may mean a week away from them. What I'm saying to you is you must take responsibility for starting at the lowest level, where you hope that mutual respect and caring will bring about change. You move from that to increasing levels of intervention to the highest level, which some people have to take. If the behavior we're talking about is abuse, emotional abuse, physical violence, you need to get away from that person so that they feel the impact of losing your caring, your affection, and your love. And that is the breakdown that leads to the breakthrough. Again, the two questions I want you to really think about is, what is the behavior that you want to modify? What is the behavior that's intolerable? It's inviolable, and you are willing to enforce that to the extent that you can. Secondly, is what is that level of emotional and behavioral intervention needed to change that behavior? And I want to tell you, and I want to wind up with these words, you really can teach people how to treat you in a healthier, better, more loving way, but it may require significant steps. But when we take those steps, people often, almost always, have a breakdown that leads to a breakthrough, and they treat you in a healthier and more loving way. All right, I'd like to have your thoughts and your reactions to this video. My name is Dr. David Hawkins. I'm at the Marriage Recovery Center. You can email me at drdavid@marriagerecoverycenter.com. Take care. God bless.